by architect Anil Vaishnav, Design Accord, Living Roots, and her topic is Urban Land Escapes. She's associate partner at Design Accord, a pan-India landscape design practice. She's on board of trustees of Cohesion Foundation, NGO working for the mainstreaming the marginalized. She's also visiting faculty at Nirma Institute of Architecture and Urban Planning. Through her teachings, research, and professional work spanning 2 decades, Anil advocates and puts into practice the concept of livability and sustainability. She has designed and led multifaceted urban projects like township master plans, landscape master plans, green mobility plans, city park designs, citywide urban design and landscape guidelines, streetscapes, and campus landscapes. Over the past few years, her interest and passion has grown in developing functional and productive landscapes that engage its users. She designs and develops the thematic biodiverse microforests and multi-layered food forests for urban areas. Over to you, Anil, for the presentation.
Thank you, Nilkant, and thank you, iDAC, for this amazing platform. But I realize that this is the fag end of the day. Everybody's tired, so am I. So I was, in fact, thinking that let's skip this presentation and let's go for dinner. But anyways, I'll do the needful. I'll keep to the timing. Just give me 10 minutes. Please don't buzz, as you haven't since a long time. Thank you. I'm going to take a second to crack this. Is it aimed? Okay, it's working. Okay. To be very quick, I'm just going to read through my ideas and, keep sliding through because it's all visuals. Degradation of natural and cultural heritage is something that concerns me to the core. At Living Roots and Design Accord, I focus to re-establish these deeper connections with the land and its environment, creating more functional and productive landscapes. Indeed, escapes, as I say, because they breathe, heal, and harvest energy back in terms of food, medicine, fragrance, and aesthetics in general. To me, that which is more sustainable and in sync with the lay of its land is more Surat, which is the theme of today's conference. Having said that, our forefathers were very sensitive. They knew the importance of nature, and they invested selflessly in growing and maintaining sacred groves as undisturbed patches of native potent vegetation on the outskirts of their villages and towns. These, over time, grow and mature to become miniature ecosystems having medicinal value, herbal value, and immense ecological and biological significance. The associated sacredness and religious beliefs have preserved these through generations. Such living landscapes were once part of our cultural living and celebrations and festivals as seen in these paintings. We never miss the idea of visiting some of these sacred groves wherever we travel. As rightly said by Mr. Sanjay Patil and Anaga Patil, that we learn a lot from our travels. With this primary concern is born the idea of living landscapes. Such escapes create a deep-rooted connection to the natural heritage of the place, creating a sense of belonging. Over the years, they create an interdependent symbiotic relationship with the flora and fauna of the place, and thereby biodiversity does not just remain a cerebral concept, but it achieves a fine balance of humankind with other coexisting species. There are 3 categories of ideas that I want to talk about. The first one being biophilic landscapes, that which are designed with nature in the mind. As you see in this slide, which is also one of our works, manicured landscapes like lawn and green wall systems are beautiful to look at, but they are very high on resources. They have to be regularly pruned, kept and maintained in a certain form and shape. As against this, a mosaic of mixed and multi-layered planting on the Ganges covers the ground fully, makes full utilization of vertical space, and it is varied in form, color, and texture. It also does not require regular upkeep, maintenance in terms of cutting and pruning. At an individual level, when we see at a building which we have done in Delhi, it's a house. It's a tight urban insert. So this idea can be seen as a total ecological wrap that maximizes natural systems in the form of a courtyard that builds its own microclimate with play of light, color, shades, layered plantations, use of natural materials like stone, green wall and green roof that reduces the heat gain. Please bear with me. Okay. For an amenity building that is designed by a famous architect Ricardo Bofill from Spain, the design shared with us resulted with the idea of a biophilic landscape, creating a complete ecological wrap of FRP green wall system around the building, whereby it was nice for the architect, to say that, my building is not so important, but it is the landscape which takes over. And it also has a grid-based orchard park in its forecourt. The second category of landscapes, which is very near and dear to my heart, is the productive landscapes, the landscapes that heal and harvest. Land is a scarce, pricey resource. These densely planted harvesting and healing landscapes as microforests make 100% vertical utilization of expensive urban land. These microforests are designed with 100% native and biodiverse species, varying from flowering, fruit and nut bearing, herbal and medicinal, wild deciduous, and semi-evergreen types. Showing you one of our city-scale projects whereby these continuous forest parks were designed as the green lifeline of the city. This is at Gift City, around a 15-kilometer long utility tunnel corridor for it to convert into a continuous linear urban park. The idea is that by the time the city is built and occupied, these forest parks will mature with the new fauna inhabiting it. They will recharge the groundwater, improve the air quality, attract birds and butterflies, insects, small amphibians, small mammals, and also produce native fruits. Public land occurs at various levels in a city. Unfortunately, not all lands find a meaning or a function to it. These are reserved lands, fallow lands, geographic voids along natural features like river, watershed areas, infrastructure voids like, under the underside of the flyover, or large tracts of railway land, railway corridors, waste treatment plants, etc. These are pictures of a green lung that we have created at Vadodara waste plant. This is another project that we did for urban railways in Ahmedabad. So this was one such railway void. Such lands are usually degraded. They have poor soil conditions. We all know that life in soil comes from its soil microbiology. So we worked hugely with the site and tried to improvise the soil quality by using a lot of organic soil amenders and completely working with the soil to improve its soil microbiology. A medicinal forest has been planted in the same land. So microforests developed in such urban voids, needless to say, heal the soil structure, regenerate its lost ecology, and hold the soil erosion. These initiatives also bring the wasted urban land back to its public usage, redefining its purpose. Such eco-wraps, when they are created on private plots, like the one that we have done in Delhi, they act as windbreakers, harvest water, purify the air, filter the light, dust and noise, and also reduce the heat gain. Careful selection of native species is done, bases wide-ranging parameters like visual interest, form, foliage, textural qualities, and seasonal variations. Other similar initiatives that we have done along private farmhouses in Ahmedabad, whereby multi-layered food forests have been developed, along with rainwater harvesting ponds and rain gardens. One can play with a lot of light wells and create breathers, spaces for people to relax, sit around, interact with kinetic sculptures in these microforests or in these functional ecosystems. Fringe landscape treatments around these microforest parks, which are rich in form, color, and textural qualities, further add to the presentability, and they become, in turn, future habitats for birds, butterflies, and small mammals. The third category of landscapes that, that we do is regenerative landscapes, the landscapes that repair and restore. Unfortunately, the perceived value of grey infrastructure, that is buildings, utilities, roads, is always overrated. The intangible value of the green infrastructure in terms of trees, grasses, shrubs, parks, forests, gardens, streets, and blue infrastructure in terms of rivers, lakes, ponds, water channels is always undermined. But we all know that water is life. It restores the local flora and fauna. At Gift City, when we were invited for the International Ideas Design Competition in 2016, the basic thought was to recreate the lost ravinous landscape of Gift, to restore its regional drainage system, not by highly engineered solutions, but by nature-based solutions. By creating a landscape of water-holding ponds, ravines, naturally vegetated bioswales, and stone gabion embankments. Further, I'm reminded of a successful environmental transformation project that we had done under National Lake Conservation Plan for a 200-acre lake park in Calcutta in 2008. It all started by a very small design-build pilot initiative. It rejuvenated an otherwise derelict, unused, wasted space into a much-loved public place. That was the time when the city was throwing its cobblestones and concretizing the tramways. So we took those cobbles. We took the help of a lot of young sculptors from Shanti Niketan and such places to do the fun interactive sculptures. So it was basically, it all required an intention, and then everybody came together, and the whole place got transformed. So as you can see, the then and now pictures show its slow and gradual transformation. We also engaged with the old foundries where we did the cast iron signages and lighting systems for the park. Yet another design-built pilot project in Ahmedabad that we did in 2019, whereby the brief from the authority was to create just a traffic island. But we decided to convert this opportunity into a neighborhood pocket park by borrowing again filled up soil from the surrounding construction footprints, and thereby created a landscape of undulating mounds that not only cut down the noise, but created a cozy and lively senior citizen park with metal scrap sculptures and a pedestrian walkway encircling it. That's all from me. I hope it was short and sweet. I thank the organizers and the audience for patient listening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Anil, for that wonderful presentation. I request Mr. Jatin Sonawala from Ultratech to please felicitate Architect Arnold Vaishnav. Can we have Mr. Jatin Sonawala from? Yeah, okay, we have him here. Yeah, Mr. Jatin. You're requested to felicitate. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, Jatin, for doing the honors.